Değerli izleyiciler, 1.ULUSAL yola Günleri kapsamında gerçekleştireceğimiz yola performans çalıştaylarının ilkinde çok özel, çok önemli bir hocamız bizimle birlikte olacak. İstanbul Üniversitesi Konservatuarı doçent Eren Tunçer bugün öğrencilerimizle çalışacak. Bu çalışma yarımşar saat halinde olacak, arada aralar bulunacak. Hocamızı ben davet ediyorum. Yarımşar saat arayla öğrencilerimiz kendisine katılacak. Şimdiden başarılı bir çalıştay diliyorum hocam.
Özellikle ben de yola günlerinin bu ilk master class'ında olmaktan büyük onur duyduğumu belirtmek isterim. İlk öğrencimiz
Nefes Karahanlıları. Nefes Karahanlıları.
Hangi okuldan?
Hacettepe Üniversitesi Ankara Konservatuvarı'ndan katılıyorum. 13 yaşındayım. Bugün Ektes Viola Konçertosu'nun 1. ve 4. sonatının 1. ve 4. bölümünü çalacağım.
Şimdi şöyle bir durum var, onu belirtmek isterim. Turkish Viola Society uluslararası bir topluluk. Bu da bizim ilk uluslararası, yani ulusal viola günleri olsa da aslında uluslararası da bir etkinlik. Bu nedenle master class'larımızda bazı öğrencilerimizle İngilizce olarak master class'larımızı gerçekleştireceğiz. Nefes ile de şimdi İngilizce olarak master class gerçekleştireceğiz. Hepinize iyi seyirler. Bir dakika var mı? Hemen not alayım. Resmini çekeyim. Buradan ben şuna bakıyorum. Evet, hadi bakalım. let's start from the top again. Now, please be careful about counting. Okay? The rhythm is the most essential. Rhythm is the most essential part of the music, as you know. So please be careful about counting. Okay, let's start from top again. Okay, another thing. In Baroque music, we try to avoid from glissandos. You know glissandos, right? So here in the first measure, here, you have the first finger. You slide the first finger, right? Here. So when you slide this finger, you create, and it creates a glissando. So try to be more precise, okay? Try to avoid this glissando, okay? Can you try from the top again? It's a little bit better. You can do it a little bit precise. Okay, you got it now. You have a legato there, so it's not going to be as separate as you do as a detacher, but because of this legato, the bowing, there will be a possibility of glissando. So you should be very careful about not doing a glissando there. The second time, you got even closer. So work on it when you practice. But now we have limited time, so we have to continue. Okay? Can we from the beginning again? Let's continue. So prepare your finger there. You take first finger, right? Okay. So don't anticipate too early, but don't be late, of course. When you take the finger late, then this happens. Okay. And here, after the first finger, you move to D string, and you take a fourth finger, right? So be careful with that fourth finger. You have to stretch it a little bit more. Otherwise, the following fingers also sound a little bit down. Okay? Okay, just one more thing. When you are trying to close a motif, finishing a motif or a sentence, don't cut the sound right away. Try to be more gentle. Okay. So here. Don't make it like, okay? Don't start it right away. Gentle. And here, I don't know if you noticed, but here you can maybe add, change the fingering here. I mean, it's just a suggestion. Instead of second finger change. Instead of, because there's a legato here. So I don't know if it's the original edition, but maybe it's someone else's edition. Oh, yeah, Klanger edition. We should check if it is the original bowling. But here, since now in your scores, since we have this bowling, it might be much precise. Can you try? All right. Nefes, can you be softer while you are changing the position? Okay. Try it again. Now continue. Okay, one more thing. You don't have to use whole bow in every note. It will be better if you arrange the choreography of bowing so that, let's try. Can you take it from here? It was better this time. You didn't use the uncontrolled whole bow. It was better, softer, yeah, gentler. Here, we heard another glissando in this four note. Right? So please try to avoid making glissando while changing the position. Okay? Here. Okay. You are trying to make some music, and that's really good. But you should be very clear about the sentence, where it goes, where you are trying to reach. So, if you, as I said right before, if you use hobo in every note, then this idea of direction doesn't go anywhere, because it becomes like Okay, what am I doing now? So, I am right in the middle of the class. I don't know where I'm going. It feels something like that. But if you start, let's say, with shorter bow, so start with the slower, shorter bow, make it bigger, grow the music, grow your sound with your bow, and then you make some difference. Right? Okay. Start from here again, and when you reach here, take the smaller bow first, and then make it bigger and bigger. When you hitting the end of the phrase. Okay? Be careful with me, don't you? From very beginning of this part, you started using larger balls. Use smaller here. Okay. Ball pressure. So, if you approach, if you give some pressure from a ball like this, then it will sound like you're pressing. Okay? And it will sound more crunchy. It's this sound. It's because you take your arm higher than your bow too much. Then you start pressing towards the string. But free your arm a little bit more. Okay. And just imagine that you are. What am I doing now? I freed my arm and I put my arm weight on the stage. Right? Can you do this? Come here. Okay, just take it. Put your arm there. Put your arm weight. Yeah. So, apply that arm weight to your string. So, how are you going to do this? So here. I'm not doing this. Did you hear the cry? Try it. Try to give more arm weight, not from the fingertips. Okay? From forearm, from elbow, from forearm. Okay? I saw something about your finger. When you're at the tip of the ball, when you're changing the ball, you release your three fingers, other than index finger and this thumb. You release these three fingers. That's too much. That's too much. Okay? You need some control, especially at the tip of the ball. Here, the third finger is the key. Okay? Because, of course, here, maybe you have a little pinky like mine. It's very little. So, my pinky is not powerful, for example. And when I'm holding the ball, it becomes weak. So I try to hold with these two fingers more securely, especially the third finger. I try to give enough importance to this third finger so that I can hold my ball more securely. Okay. Sure. Can try. Your sound quality become softer. I think you began applying this arm weight. So remember it when you're practicing from now on. Don't press the ball from the ball. Try to apply more naturally from your arm. Okay? There will be times that we're gonna use the fingertips, like we use fingertips, but not all the time, of course. We have to be applying the arm weight freely, not by pressing it. Okay. Let's continue from here. So you're gonna play on the F. You don't have another piece, right? Okay. Then let's continue. Which movements you hold? 1 and 4. Okay. Why don't we move to the fourth movement? A little bit more. You got the first movement, right? Yeah, since we have, how much time do we have? Osman Hocam kaç dakikamız var bir şeyin listesine?
Yaklaşık 5 dakika kadar.
5 dakika. Okay, let's start. 4. first one is, of course, about the dynamics. So in this kind of movements, we need some contrast. Piano should be really piano. Pianos should sound really piano, and fortes should be really forte. So they should provide the contrast. And how are we going to do that? Can you tell? We should, just like before in the first movement, bow pressure, bow speed, and we should arrange our bow very precisely, right? So we should use, the bowing is the most important, so the bow placement, I think. So we should arrange in our mind that, okay, this is mezzo forte, this is piano, I'm going to use this part, I'm going to use this part. When you're practicing, you should be that precise. So after your practice for lots of hours, then it's going to be like a habit. Then you will not think about what you are doing because you will be keeping those ideas in your mind. Did you get what I mean? Yeah. So when you are practicing, you should be very careful about dynamics as well. So if you practice the passages which should be piano, let's say for example, here, for example. If you play this forte part here, here as well, there won't be any difference, right? Yeah. So, for example, here it's mezzo forte, here it's forte, here it's piano. Right? So. There's a dynamic here. So you should be, let's say, on the upper side of the ball, but you should arrive there before that. Here, for example, you can make a contrast because you have identical things here. In Baroque music, if you have two same motifs, the first one can be forte, the second one can be piano, right? You know that. So you can apply that here, or you can check the piano score because this edition might add a crescendo here. Seems like there's a crescendo here too, and it arrives at forte. But I mean, you got the point, right? The ball placement, where you place your ball, and how you're gonna use it, how much you're gonna use it, right? That affects everything. So let's try from the beginning. Here. One more thing. Try to, again, ball pressure is important. Don't press from above. Okay? Be more, the angle of your arm should not cross your ball that much. I mean, if you keep your arm, if you're gonna keep your arm, okay, this is little bit enough. It's okay, but this is too much. Okay, and here also, when you're playing, don't press from your hand, from your fingertips. Okay, use forearm, this part, this part. Okay, right. Since this starts with mezzo forte, can you use this part? So let's make a placement. When you're gonna play mezzo forte, use middle, this part. When you reach a point, let's say a piano, use upper middle part, okay? And when you play forte, use lower middle part. Middle, lower middle, okay? So middle is mezzo forte. Upper part is piano, and lower middle part is forte, okay? Let's try. Let's take the tempo a little bit slower, okay? Just think about bowing and think about the pressure, okay? Don't make it like, don't make it. Don't make it. Don't crunch the string. You reached forte, and where were you at that moment? I mean, where was your bow at that moment? It wasn't there. It was somewhere here, right? Yeah, you should reach that part of the bow before that. Huh? Yeah, so here mezzo forte, so you can stay here. Or you can play mezzo forte in down part. It's your choice, but be precise, very precise about what you are doing. It should be convincing, you know. When you play, it should be convincing, the musical idea. Okay? So you should be precise about ball placement. Also with the fingering too. Okay? Let's try here again. Just take it from here and make it crescendo. And while you were doing the crescendo, just before this forte, try to reach the lower side, okay? Let's try it. Okay. Listen your tone quality. Don't make it make it more refined tone. Make it more rounded, softer tone, okay? Don't make it don't produce an ugly sound. Try to reach a richer, a viola tone. And also, let's try to give a little bit importance to the first beat of each measure. Okay? Let's emphasize a little bit. You made a small meander here. You have a crescendo, you should grow the sound. This must be bigger than the previous measure. Okay? So, make it again. It was better. So, Okay. Now it sounds like a Kreuzzeile. Emphasize the first beat a little bit more, give a direction to them, and prepare your bowing towards forte. Okay? So. Let's just take it a little slow. Don't press your bow. A little slower. When you reach to this measure, don't stay here, try to be here. If you stay here, then you will have a hard time in your forte measure about all, because you will be a little bit far. So, but here try to be on the lower side, so that you get it? Okay. Here. It's not piano. Okay? Try again. Let's take it again once more, 4 measures before. This is not piano. Maybe you can make a sweeter piano here, and then you can grow it here. But of course, it's also your professor's choice too. I mean, I cannot add another additional dynamic here. But if I was the one who is playing this movement, I will do something here. I mean, otherwise it sounds too forte for two lines, too long sentence, too long phrase, and it becomes really, same with the previous phrase. So, all right. And take it from here again, and let's continue. Be careful about this metaphor. Okay. Here's the demand, but here you can be. So please be careful about your ball placement. And also, I don't know if you noticed, but I try to emphasize first beats a little bit more. Because it is the heartbeat of this movement. Okay? And if you emphasize using larger bow when you are trying to make a crescendo or when you're playing forte. Otherwise, it may get too much, and then you can be touching the other strings. Touching the other strings, of course. I'm exaggerating now, but it happens. So try to keep your bow a little bit more under control. Don't give the overdose, okay? Let's take it from here. How did you from Mexico? Here you can take the ball to the bottom. Otherwise, it will be same with this support. Okay, let's try it from here again, and then we have to finish. Just give the direction. Okay, practice that. Of course, practice slower. I will suggest you an exercise for your left hand, but you will, of course, it affects your right hand as well because you know passage is like this, for example. Try to practice with the triplets like this, or of course, when you are doing that, just don't vibrate, okay? Don't make any vibrato, okay? Just be. Or don't vibrate. But playing without vibrato, of course, it is a stylistic thing with the Baroque music. You cannot vibrate as you do with the romantic music, right? Yeah. So you play with little vibrato anyway. So when you're practicing, just be careful and practice slowly. Okay. Be careful about right hand, right arm. Don't press it too much, and be careful about the ball placement. Okay. All right, because today is enough for you, and we have this. Evet, soyalım neydi?
Tarafama yapın.
Bunları